Good morning, students. Today we are discussing about senior inter botany, 14th chapter, 6th unit. 6th unit we have two chapters, 13 and 14, but 13 chapter they deleted in this academic year uh, due to pandemic situation. So we have in 6th unit two chapter 13, 14, 13 deleted. Now we are going to study about chapter 14, that is microbes in human welfare. Microbes in human welfare. So human welfare means ikkada microbes means microorganisms, like microorganisms. Already you know that the organisms which we cannot see with our naked eye, they are called microorganisms. So some here when we go to the about microbes means microorganisms, some of the microorganisms like viruses, bacteria, and other microbes should cause diseases. But here in the same way, most of the microorganisms such as bacteria mainly useful to the human being and human welfare. So here we can see, you can think of it. So microbes here we can think of it in two ways: harmful and helpful. So harmful, helpful. Now we are in this chapter mainly we should discuss about helpful nature of the microorganisms. So some of the organisms should help to the welfare of the human being. Those microbes, let us go through the study. So in this 14th chapter we have uh, uh, 7 topics. The first topic is, that is 4.1, microbes in household products. Microbes in household products. And 4.2 is microbes in industrial products, and 4.3 is microbes in sewage treatment, and 4.4 microbes in production of biogas, and microbes used in biocontrol agents, and microbes as a biofertilizers, and 4.7 is the challenges posed by microbes. So now let us go to the about just introduction topic of microbes in human welfare. And here we know that there will be uh, uh, generally you can think of it, what are microorganisms, what are macro means what we can see with our naked eye. So micro means we can see with using microscope only, because because of microorganisms are very minute and microscopic. We cannot see with our naked eye, we can see with the help of a microscope only. So already we have studied in diversity of living organisms in first year, in first chapter. And which kingdom among the living organisms contain microorganisms? So which kingdom is contain the microorganisms? So which are the ones that are only microscopic, and microbes are more present everywhere. The already we know they are cosmopolitan. So they are present in soil, water, air, inside our bodies, that of other animals and plants. So they are cosmopolitan. They are present in uh, so uh, we have a in Telugu quotation, ఇందు లేదని అందు లేదని సందేహం వలదు ఎందెందు వెతికినా అందందు కలదు. Like this, these organisms, microbes, we can see in two hot water conditions, two cold conditions, regions, soils, and deeper layers of the soil, in atmosphere, inside the body of human being, inside the body of organisms, and whatever may be, microbes can live, can survive. So wherever you can see that soil, water, air, inside our body, and that of other animals, plants, so they are present. So here they are present in mainly adverse conditions. Adverse condition means the conditions which are not suitable to the organisms. In that conditions also microbes can live, so they have that capacity. For example, too hot conditions, here you can see that 40 degree centigrade, in this condition also they can live. Too cold conditions, so in snow region, so they can live. So like so in this way they can live adverse conditions, they can live in all types of atmospheric conditions. So generally they are mainly let us take protozoans, bacteria, fungi, microscopic plant viruses, viroids, and these are the microscopic organisms. So here mainly microbes like bacteria, fungi can be grown in nutritive medium to form colonies, and uh, so that can be seen with the naked eye. Such cultures are useful in studies on microorganisms. So in this already we studied about in this actually our unit second unit in second year syllabus we have microbiology, but they deleted this academic year. There if it is there we studied about what viruses and bacteria and viroids and prions. So all these organisms we will studies. So now let us go to the about the first chapter, and mainly and the first chapter is microbes in household products. Microbes in household products, you can see that here colonies of bacteria growing in a petri dish, fungal colony growing in a petri dish. So here microbes in household products. So in home, in which way they are used to meet our demands. So for example here already you know that a common example we can see is the production of curd from milk. You can see that this is in household, means in houses commonly we can prepare the curd, so from the milk. So this is the process. So curdling means milk is converted into curd is not simple. Why? Because here participation of a bacteria is there, that is lactobacillus bacteria. So this bacteria is have the capacity to convert the milk into curd after certain time. So that it is generally it is a lactic acid bacteria. This is you have to keep in environment lab lactic acid bacteria which convert the milk into curd. So mainly next here what happens, so during growth the lab produces acids that coagulate the partially digest the milk proteins. So a small amount of curd added to fresh milk as a inoculum or starter containing millions of lab, which is at suitable temperatures multiply, thus converting milk to curd, which is also improves its nutritional quality of increasing vitamin B12. So this is how we can uh, how we can how we can prepare generally in lukewarm milk we added small quantity of curd as a inoculum or starter, so which is suitable. And first when we leave a spoon of curd, then it convert the total bowl of milk into curd. That is why, because in suitable temperature the a few lab can multiply. While multiplying, what happen, they may coagulate the milk and partially digest the proteins present in the milk and convert it into and curd. So that here and also it is the improve the nutrition quality such as vitamin B12. The chemical name of B12 is B12 is cyanocobalamin. Cyanocobalamin. So in stomach, lab should play major role in checking the disease causing organisms. So that here lab is useful. Whatever other harmful organisms are present, they may kill, and so which is also used to the better treatment of betterment of health, has led to the concept of probiotics. So this is you have to keep in your mind. Disease causing microbes. The use of such friendly bacteria for therapeutic purposes for the betterment of human health has led to the concept of probiotics. Probiotics means means first, biotics means this lab bacteria is used to detect the whatever germs are present in the stomach. So in our body also, not only stomach, in our body also, whatever germs, whatever harmful organisms which are present in our body, it is recognized by the lactic acid bacteria. So it is using to treatment, as a treatment to killing of harmful microorganisms, and it is this process called probiotics. Now let us go to the uh, duff means in Telugu, generally, what we can say, pindi. Duff means what? Pindi. Duff means pindi. So which is used for making food such as dosha and idli. So we know that our daily using tiffins like dosha and idli, and this duff is taught before doing the tiffins, making the tiffins like dosha and idli, one day before night. What happens, they may add the water and make it solution and keep nearly 6 to 12 hours, because of it comes fine structure and texture and taste, and mainly that is the reason only they may stored. So it is the process mainly hidden in this, why the duff is stored nearly 6 to 12 hours. After that they may make idli and dosha. Because of that duff, it becomes very fine, and color and texture and taste. So why it is why from what is the reason to bringing uh, that is taste and color texture from to the duff, means here the bacteria mainly it will be fermented. The puffed up appearance of duff is due to the resulting due to production of CO2 gas. So here what's happened, the CO2 gas is during anaerobic conditions. The duff is completely undergo పిండి అనేది ఇది అవాయు శ్వాసక్రియ, అంటే అనరోబిక్ కండిషన్కు గురవుతుంది. ఎందుకంటే దాంట్లో బ్యాక్టీరియా, మైక్రో ఆర్గానిజమ్స్ ఉంటాయి. ఆ బ్యాక్టీరియా ముఖ్యంగా ఏవి, అనరోబిక్ బ్యాక్టీరియా ఉంటుంది. అనరోబిక్ బ్యాక్టీరియా అంటే అవాయు శ్వాసక్రియ, అంటే ఆక్సిజన్ లేని సమక్షంలో శ్వాసక్రియ జరిగేటువంటిది అవాయు శ్వాసక్రియ అంటాము, లేక ఎనరోబిక్ రెస్పిరేషన్ అంటాం. అలాంటి ఎనరోబిక్ రెస్పిరేషన్ కలిగినటువంటి బ్యాక్టీరియా ఆ పిండి లోపలికి వెళ్ళి దాన్ని ఏం చేస్తుంది అంటే ఫర్మెంటేషన్ చేస్తుంది. కాబట్టి ఆ పిండి ఎలా అవుతుందంటే పఫ్డ్ ఆఫ్ అపియరెన్స్, బాగా ఉబ్బుతుంది అనమాట. కాబట్టి మనం దోశ ఇడ్లీ వేసినప్పుడు క్రాక్స్ రాకుండా బాగా స్వెల్ అయ్యి మెత్తగా పఫ్డ్ అపియరెన్స్ అనేది కనపడుతుంది. బికాజ్ ఆఫ్ ఓన్లీ ఇట్ ఈస్ ఫర్మెంటెడ్ బై ది organisms. So which gas is released during fermentation means that is carbon dioxide. So can you tell which metabolic pathway is taking place resulting in the formation of CO2? So respiration, where do you think the bacteria for these fermentations came from? So similarly, the duff which is used for making bread is fermented using baker's yeast. Here you have to keep in your mind, very very important in examination level, Saccharomyces cerevisiae. So once you pronounce while seeing this video, Saccharomyces cerevisiae, it is a yeast. It is a yeast. Y-E-A-S-T. Yeast. It belongs to fungi. Yeast belongs to fungi kingdom. So once Saccharomyces cerevisiae, it is a single cellular fungi. Single cellular fungi. It is it is called generally yeast. What should call yeast? Yeast. Yeast, which is used in the bakery for preparation of bread. And so next you have to keep in your mind. Next you got to a number of traditional drinks, foods are also made by fermentation by the microorganisms. So number of, so that is, for example, toddy. It is very important. Toddy means kallu. That is what? Kallu. So toddy means kallu. So we can see that in our so kallu. Toddy means what? Kallu. So this is generally what palm trees they ferment the traditional drink of some parts of southern India. It is made by the fermenting shop from palm trees. ఈత చెట్టు, తాటి చెట్టు అంటే మనం జనరల్గా పామ్ ట్రీస్ చూస్తుంటున్నాము. పామ్ ట్రీస్ నుంచి వచ్చేటువంటి అంటే తాటి చెట్టు, ఈత చెట్టు, వీటి నుంచి వచ్చేటువంటి ఈత కళ్ళు, తాటి కళ్ళు జనరల్గా ఫర్మెంట్ అవుతుంది కాబట్టి మనకు ఒక రకమైనటువంటి స్మెల్ అనేది వస్తుంది. సో అదేవిధంగా నెక్స్ట్ మైక్రోబ్స్ ఆర్ ఆల్సో యూజ్డ్ ఇన్ ferment the fishes, soybean and bamboo shoots to make the food. And these are, it is very important. And last, it is important. And now you can see that cheese it is very important. Cheese means junnu. So it is one of the oldest it is one of the oldest food items and items in which microbes were used. So generally in olden days we can obtain naturally that cheese from the 1 week of delivery of cows and buffaloes. Cow milk and buffalo milk in 1 week. After delivery in 1 week the milk is directly converted into as a cheese. But we cannot meet our demands that much cheese. So that here artificially means generally we can prepare the cheese so to meet the demands of the population. So now nowadays cheese is preparing which is having fine structure, flavor and taste. So this is now texture, flavor and taste. So the specific coming from the microbes used. For example, here large holes, Swiss cheese are due to the production of large number of carbon dioxide. Now you have to keep in your mind, and this is very important 2 marks question from here to here. So here the large holes in Swiss cheese are due to the production of large amount of carbon dioxide by bacterium named Propionibacterium sermani. Propionibacterium sermani. This is, you have to keep in your mind. Large holes, Swiss cheese obtained from a bacterium that is called Propionibacterium sermani. Next, another cheese, that is Roquefort cheese, is ripened by growing a specific fungi on it which gives its particular flavor. So now Roquefort cheese also which is have flavor in nature, so which is also obtained a specific fungi and it produces the flavor. So here 1-2 marks question in examination level, that is which one produce large holes Swiss cheese. Means the bacteria name is The bacteria name is Propionibacterium shermani, which produce the large holes Swiss cheese because of its production of large amount of carbon dioxide. This is, you have to keep in your mind. It is the 2 marks question. Large Swiss cheese holes. So like this is, so